Hey, it's Marty Brooks, 92.3 WIL. Jelly Roll here. It is Mixing It Up with Marty.
Bang, baby.
So you've had a lot this year, over the past year and a half. Watch your Hulu documentary. It's probably one of the most amazing things I've watched in a long time. Is there something in that documentary that you think you ever missed or that you wanted to talk about that you weren't able to talk about?
No, man. If anything, there's stuff in that documentary I watch and I go, ooh, man, I can't believe that was in there. Or there's certain scenes where I'm like, ooh, they hung into that scene a little longer than I wish they would have.
Yeah.
They could have bailed on that 28 seconds ago and I'd have been happy.
It's such a, I've talked to so many people from 21 to 67 years old who have been touched by that documentary. Yeah. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've never, me and my wife were talking about it yesterday, that it's like when you drop an album, you get an automatic influx of people that like tag you because the album's out. I'm getting tagged by more and more people every day about that documentary. Like, it is crazy how much it's still spreading.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I just had friends hit me up like yesterday morning. We watched the documentary and they had to be here tonight.
Yeah.
Because of that. The girl that you gave the guitar to.
Oh, yes.
Have you heard anything from her?
I got to see her the other day.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to give any updates on her.
That's fine.
But she's doing well.
Yeah.
Because she's a juvenile, and I'm really proud of her, and she's playing a lot.
Yeah.
But I got to see her last Thursday. I went to go see all the kids and check out what they're doing with the studio and hear some kids spit some raps, sing some songs. It was really cool.
When you walk in that door, I mean, you got to be the sun when you come in, so shining bright that they're so excited to see you.
Oh, dude, it's like, first of all, they get nothing.
Yeah.
So anything's a big deal. You know, there's a unit in there that half the unit doesn't have windows. I mean, we're talking about you're just living in a hallway, a just dark hallway. So, yeah, they're just glad to see somebody. You know what I mean? And I come in, and they know I'm always I always bring food too. They let me whenever I come, they'll let me feed them. So I bring pizza and stuff.
Nice.
It's cool.
So they know that jelly's coming.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, it buzzes for a week. They have it on the calendar like jelly's coming next Thursday. You know what I'm saying? And they're prepared. They have requests, letters, notes. I mean, it's awesome. Raps. It's cool.
How many kids do you have changed because of you that you maybe have touched?
Man, you know what's crazy? I couldn't put the first thing I say is this: I don't think anybody changed because of me. I think people change because of, like, the way I put it is this: in life, we are fighting demons and dragons. They're carrying the sword. I'm just giving them something to listen to in the headphones. You know what I mean? They're doing all the slaying. I just gave them a soundtrack. So it's hard to even quantify it. But my whole theory from day one has been, if I can just make a little difference and convince a bunch of other people to make little differences, maybe we'll make a big difference.
That's got to be such a positive, though, for you. Like, make you feel good about it.
For sure. It's definitely not a selfless thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It seems very selfless, but there's a lot of selfishness to it, too. Yeah. Because how great it makes you feel to know you're giving back and how humble it keeps me. Like, I went to go see the kids the other week, and I probably shouldn't be this fucking honest, but I wasn't in a good headspace. I just came off Album Street Week. I was just tired. I was run down. I was almost ungrateful. You know what I mean? I was just so exhausted. And you walk in there and you're just like, man, I really was in here. Like, when you're telling these kids, because they all ask, Jelly, was you really in here? I'm like, man, I was really in here, y'all. Like, not even just like in here, like in here, in this facility itself. And it's just so grounding and humbling.
Do you show the kids this is the room that I was in and tell them what you were doing at that point when you were going through everything?
Yeah, I explained to them how I started beating on tables there and kind of gaining my love for music and entertaining crowds. It's a tough crowd, man. I don't know if you've ever been in jail, dude. They're not easy to entertain.
I don't think they're the happiest.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody's in a bad mood. You know, you got to tell a really good joke to get a laugh.
Yeah.
You got to have a really good rap to get a pop. You know what I mean? It's not a place where people are just, excited to entertain.
Well, you have your new album out.
Yes, I do.
With Chip Chapel, which is unbelievable.
Thank
Start
you,
to finish.
Yes.
And you know what's amazing though, and I'll give props to my mom and dad. My dad goes, well, the album's out. We listened from start to finish. My dad's 68 years old, and he was in love with the album. He's like, this is unbelievable. Like, it's unreal that you have older people that are madly in love with you. I think you're the most amazing thing ever.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's like, I would have never guessed. Dude, I was at the doctor's yesterday.
Yeah.
Getting an ENT check on my throat to make sure everything's fine with my old snot box. And I was walking out, and I was taking pictures with everybody from 7-year-old kids to 17-year-olds to a 70-year-old woman. You know, and it was just so cool, man. But it shows the power of music, right? It has less to do with me and more to just do with how communal music is and how much people are excited to see people win.
Yeah.
Like there's always been this stigma in America that nobody wants to see people do good.
Yeah.
And I feel like I defy that in every way.
100%.
Yeah.
You have a gigantic cheering section all over this country and all over this world, which
For
I don't think
sure.
anyone's ever seen before.
Yeah.
That there's so much support.
Yeah.
Putting you up on a pillar. It's
Yeah.
unreal.
Well, because it's like, it's got to be how I felt when I would watch guys like, you know, even in like the 90s, or you would watch certain artists and you'd be like, man, like that dude made it, we made it. You know what I mean? Like, especially these more underground things that would come about, and you'd be like when 3 6 Mafia won an Academy Award. I just remember thinking, we all made it. This is for all of us.
Right.
This is for every poor kid in Tennessee that ever listened to a 3 6 Mafia cassette tape.
Right.
And I think that's kind of the culture that I represent.
100%. Now, you got Lanie Wilson. By the way, in the documentary, I learned, I didn't know Save Me was that old of a song,
Yeah.
which is unreal to think that. How did you get Lanie on the track? What was that thought process?
Huge fan. I always wanted to hear it from a woman's perspective, like from day one. I wanted to hear what kind of conviction was there. And Lanie was a layup because Lanie, one, is like friends.
Yeah.
Like, you got friends, and we all know each other, so we're all friends in country music. But then you got like friends, like
Yeah.
that's like my sister. You know what I mean? So it was a layup for me as far as I knew. I didn't feel weird reaching out to Lanie.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she didn't hesitate. You know,
sure.
it's just who Lanie is, and she had every reason to hesitate. Lanie's red hot right now. Lanie is on fire in every aspect she can be on fire. You know what I mean? And she had no problem glowing that light on me in this song. Because like I told her when I came to Lanie, I said, Lanie, I think I've got this song to do all I can do with me. I think Jelly Rollers took this song to as far as he could take it. I really need you.
Yeah.
That's how I presented it to her. I was like, I need you because I think the song can still help so many more people.
I didn't realize the power of the song until I watched that down when you're in Denver, when you're in Colorado, Red Rocks, and watching the people just lose their mind, and you know the cries, the tears, the signs. It was unreal.
Well, it's the hardest song to sing in my set every single night.
Yeah.
Acoustic or not, it's the hardest thing I ever even think of dealing with.
Yeah.
I choke back tears every time I sing that song because of what it meant to me, how much it's changed my life, and how much I see it means to people.
Yeah.
You know, it's so hard to sing that stuff, Marty, and you're staring at somebody bawling at you. You know what I mean? They're just, they're like, man, it's an emotional exchange, man.
Well, before we get to the shot real quick, this is your wardrobe
This is my wardrobe case.
that you've not used since your Bridgestone show.
No, this is it. This is, we blow in the dust. Oh, look, these are the Bridgestone boots. You seen them in the documentary?
Those are to be at the Hall of Fame before you know it.
Man, I'd cry again. And I'm a big crier these days. I didn't cry for 35 years, and now I can't quit.
Unreal.
Yep, these are the boots.
So that's the most memorable thing that you have in here. What do you think it is? The boots from?
Probably the boot, my Nashville Predator thing they gave me that night. There's so much stuff in here that you would be like surprised. It's right here. Somebody gave me this. I thought that was thoughtful.
Wow.
I get notes all the time that I keep and read later if I'm ever discouraged or forget.
Jack Daniels single barrel
Yep.
from the Preds.
Yeah, from the Preds. This thing will be heavy. Oh no! Look, I got this from me and Coe Wetzel's show.
Oh.
We gave away the proceeds from all these cups in Grand Rapids to an organization down there that help feed the homeless. It was awesome. Yeah, this is it. I got a lot of good stuff.
You got
See,
some great stuff in here.
people give me I get art all the time and notes, and sometimes if I'm super sad, man, I'll just go back and read some of them.
Makes you feel better?
Yeah, or if the road's really kind of wearing me down.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it reminds you of what you're doing it for.
Yeah. Well, I know that you are a tequila guy.
Look at that one.
Oh,
Bubba.
look at that. Bubba.
Yeah. These are great. They gave me some edibles. You gotta love somebody that gave me some edibles. This one's from a friend of mine. Yeah, this is awesome.
That's a good gift for us.
Sorry, anyway.
It doesn't matter.
But you can tell in real time I'm thumbing through here like, man,
It
there's all
doesn't
kind
matter.
of cool
I mean,
stuff.
that's the cool part. I
Yep.
mean, not everyone gets to see this. That you
No,
live
this
your
was-
life out of this for the next.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. This was a big upgrade.
Yeah.
Because for a long time I lived out of a little sack like that.
Yeah.
From when we first started, it was Kroger sacks.
Yeah.
You just put boxers and T-shirts in Kroger sacks and wore the same pants every night and just filthy.
And just flip
Now
the
I got a
underwear
little
inside
case.
and out.
Yeah, now I got a
That's
little
it.
case.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Well, I know that your shot of choice here is, and we do mix up with Marty. We always like to do a drink with each other.
Well, Marty, I'll tell you one thing's for certain. I know you like to mix up drinks, but I like to just drink them.
Oh, I know you do. I remember our one
Less
night.
mixing, more drinking.
That's right. 14 shots of tequila one night. I'll never forget it.
Legend.
Cheers.
Legend.
Jelly Roll, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Marty.
Cheers,
This
man.
is cool to do this.
Can't wait to
Cheers,
do it.
brother. Love y'all.
Smooth.
Oh, not smooth enough for me to finish that big motherfucker.
Jelly Roll and Marty Brooks, 92.3 WIL.